Hello, it's June in Austin and we had a major rainstorm, so I wanted to walk you through the garden. Look at how pretty this is. This one was a volunteer this year and it's got these amazing colors. It comes from this neon yellow onto this red and then this magenta. Also still have a bunch of the gladiolas blooming that were at the end. I think they've all come up at this point. More of the zinnias. They've been looking so nice this year. Here's some additional zinnia volunteers from this year. Aren't those so pretty, these little buttons? I think these are all reseeds from some of the florets from last year. Little Flower Girl. We've got Lady of Shalott here with a few buds on them. These David Austin roses bloom really well in the spring, but then we only get a couple sporadic blooms on them throughout the heat of summer. I think the fact that we've had so much rain has really helped them out. Here's another of these beautiful gladiolas. This one's In Your Eye. These are a little past their prime. They're really pretty when they're all blooming. And then we've got some beautiful umbrals. The chocolate lace flower. You can see the rain really pulled them down. It's definitely time to cut these back. And some more zinnias over here. And then the tree's crepe myrtle, the neighbor's crepe myrtle is doing beautifully. The Mystic Spires is a little past its prime right now. We need to pull out all of these half bloomed spikes and it will bounce back. Also got a lot of these. They're volunteer reseeds also from some of my floret last year. It's celosia, if I'm saying that right. And look at these pretty coral flowers. Here we've got some more zinnias. These I think are from last year's Queen Lime. You can kind of see that gradation of the color. Got some more buds. This is Mrs. B.R. Cant. This is a really great rose here in Texas. It just blooms all year long. I don't remember what this one was. I just got it at the local nursery, but it's got these adorable little hibiscus looking flowers on it. Aren't those beautiful? Oh, here's another one of my gladiolas. This one needs to be staked. The rain has definitely pulled it down. The milkweed, I saw some monarch butterfly caterpillars on this just yesterday. And then these are some of the Johnny's, I think, ballerina seed. Look at these, aren't these gorgeous? These are a little past prime, but gosh, they're just so freaking pretty. Look at that, it's as big as my hand. were all standing up yesterday before the rain. Got my knockout rose hidden back here behind some of this flowering white dill. More of these umbrals. I think I like the white. I've never really had a lot of the white umbrals, and I just am loving them. Purple lantana. Some more of the volunteers. Again, I think these are hybrids of the queen lime and maybe some of the florets. See if I can get that in focus. No, we'll just have to back off. My David Austin Royal Jubilee is not looking great though. It's lost most of its foliage, so I need to get some of these zinnias cleared away so it's got a little more light. My little spring planter is still holding on. And then a bunch more of these just really pretty zinnias. These are coral, but most of the ones over here are actually some of the Johnny's ballerina mix. I've been so happy with that this year. These all need to get cut down quite a bit though, because they're getting a little out of hand. We just missed the fairy in bloom. As you can see though, it's getting ready for another one. It goes through these flushes all season. Got a few flowers left from Mary Pave. Also, just about at the end of this flush. Oh, look at that, the little rosebuds. Aren't those spectacular? My mint is blooming. I know, mint is a bit of a double-edged sword, but I just love it when it blooms. Oh, look at that, perfect. Shropshire Lady of Shalott. Oh, and Eden is back in bloom. Look at this. Look at that perfect bloom from Eden. In Texas, the blooms get a lot smaller as we get into summer, but the fact that we're still getting them means it's really happy. Another one over here. It's not quite as perfect though. Considering the thrips issues I was having just a couple of weeks ago, the fact that we're getting these really pretty blooms is very exciting. I've got another one of my zinnias. This one's down on the ground. Let's move that back up. Look at that. And then some sweet basil. I love the smell of this. I wish you could smell it. And then some more zinnias back here. These need to get cut back because they're definitely choking out my two rose bushes back here, Coco Loco and Almwick. And then a lot more umbrals. Look at these, aren't those so pretty? Like they've got that kind of pink hue, but they're still mostly white. And over here, my fig tree has a million figs on it. Here's another fairy. This one is also, it's in bloom, but it's not at the peak. It's just a little past peak. But you see this one just has millions and millions of buds on it. All of those are going to turn into these beautiful flowers. It's just going to look like a cloud when it's all in bloom. Comte de Champagne, my David Austin Comte de Champagne is looking a little leggy right now, but it's got some pretty blooms on it, not a lot. And then I've got a few dahlias just popping up back there. I don't know if you can see them. They've got the little white tags. I've got a few new dahlias I planted this year that I'm looking forward to seeing if they will bloom. And then as we come around the corner, I've got more zinnias here on the side. Goodness, just look at all these figs. I need to cut a bunch of these off. Aren't those beautiful? They're just glistening. They look like they're frosted. These two roses are struggling a little bit. This passion vine has just completely taken over back here. This is getting into the vegetable patch, but gosh, it's hard to hate a flower that looks like that. And it smells, oh, so good. And then back here I've got some tomatoes and other things that are definitely a little overgrown. Well, thanks for coming through the garden with me. I'll see you next time.